your clothes off and revealed yourself in lingerie. And they should always match, and it should definitely be black. Black or even white. You can with red lingerie. I'm sorry.
It gets a little 1985. Like, and it's never like a Bordeaux. It's
Ever.
always like a
bright red.
like a stop sign
Yeah.
red.
I'm having a full meltdown about my wedding.
I think like the week before somebody's wedding is supposed to be like that. It's hard.
It's been hard for me.
Hey, you guys ready to binge watch Rich Kids of Beverly Hills? If so, subscribe to the YouTube channel and make sure you guys don't miss a single episode.
I saw the weather forecast and I didn't want to take a chance with these light showers, so I went ahead and I made arrangements for a luxury tent to be brought onto the property.
It's a luxury tent. Honestly, this is 63 degrees. Rain or not, we need the tent regardless.
I know that, but Brendan, we should have talked about that before because the whole point of us doing.
Hey, Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 6. What do we have in store today? I have absolutely no idea, but I know that we're going to be playing on deity difficulty on a standard map size with a little old small continents map. We're going to be playing fairly standard settings, at least standard for me, which will be abundant resources, new world age, wet rainfall, and legendary start position. I have been enjoying the Monopolies and Corporations mode, so I'm tempted to reactivate it. I enjoyed it in my last game, so I think I will go ahead and activate it. And I do like the Barbarian clans. So let's play with these two. These two seem quite fun. I have no idea who I'm going to be playing, so we're just going to go ahead and get... Do I want to play? No, I won't play Heroes of Legends. We're fooling around Monopolies and Corporations. I think that's quite a fun one. The thing I like about Monopolies and Corporations is that it incentivizes you to go to war for tourism, which I feel like adds an interesting element to the tourism victory that was missing. Okay, we managed to roll Robert the Bruce, which is going to be interesting. Ooh... Now, this is really interesting for a start location. Wow, that is just thumbnail worthy right there. This start location, whatever this is, that is a thumbnail right there. I think I'm going to try to play this out. I think I have a couple of ideas of how I could maybe make... I don't know if I'd say make this work, but there's something we could pull together here. So we're going to be playing as Robert the Bruce, which means we want to be doing something in the direction of great scientists, great engineers, and amenities. We also have the golf course, right? Gives us +2 amenities. Very important that we get those +2 amenities because happy cities give you extra science and extra production. You also get +1 culture if it's adjacent to a city center, and +1 culture if it's adjacent to an entertainment complex. It does give you tourism, but that's not the most important thing. You get 1 per city. So this is just 2 amenities. That is great. We get the Scottish Enlightenment, right? 5% science and 5% production when they're happy, and that is doubled when you are ecstatic. You get +1 great scientist points per campus and +1 great engineer point per industrial zone. So I am kind of tempted to settle in place because if we look at this, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fishing tiles in range. How and ever. If I move down a tile, I lose a fishing tile, but I get a little bit closer to a potential like early hill. So moving down a tile seems kind of important because if I move down a tile, right? So if I settle here, I could get like a really good +4 harbor, right? Like that could totally happen. However, if I move down a tile, I will live with a +3 harbor. I could go for an early mausoleum. Okay, mausoleum in this capital city would be amazing. Then I could theoretically go for a theater square. All right, hear me out. I could definitely go for a campus and an industrial zone, and then that would be a Venetian arsenal right there. Just 100% chance, right? Can you start to see how this is all starting to come together as having a decent amount of potential? I think this is a really interesting capital city that we might be able to make work. This is definitely a challenge start. Now, we could shuffle things around if we wanted to move another turn, but if we moved another turn, we would lose a fishing boat, and I like the idea of keeping the fishing boats. So I'm going to move down a tile. I will settle right here. Boosh. There's knowledge of sailing. We do want to delete our pins. We will have a 3 food tile to start with, so we will grow relatively quickly. We're going to immediately go for sailing, and we're going to open with a builder in this particular game because our goal is to get these fishing boats online as fast as possible. Because if we can get double fishing boat, we can get to celestial navigation nice and quickly, and we also need to be able to build galleys to actually defend our coastal water. So huge potential here for a very interesting opener, and we can use our warrior here to scout. A very interesting and a very weird opening. This is going to be like a little mountain valley. I just know it. Okay, well, there is, at the very least, a very strong campus there. And then if we were to settle on the chocolate, there could be, a pretty good harbor here. This is already starting to shape up to be an interesting city in of itself. We have met India. Okay, so a gentle eruption has gone off. So we won't be settling there. Well, we met India, at least. It's kind of an interesting opening move. And he stole a little bit of our thunder. And we met Kumasi, too. We were the first to meet Kumasi, so we do get that little bit of culture. And now we're working that nice fishing tile, which is good. This city has no production, which is fine. We're going to go sailing into mining, in the hope that we can get like a grassland mine online. This is going to be a single city start here, I think, for quite a while that we will have to play without any extra stuff. So there's Code of Laws. I'm going to plug in God King because I would like Fishboat Pantheon. I'm going to plug in Discipline so I can fight barbs more effectively, and I'll keep exploring. There is a kind of crappy city here. I don't know if that's what I want to do. We're going to go for foreign trade because we want maritime industries to be able to build boats faster. There's sailing, so we can build fishing boats now. Oh, what a weird and wonderful start location. I kind of started to love these kind of start locations where you just get crammed into a really awkward situation and then you got to try and make it work. Okay, so the builder has popped. I'm going to buy this fishing boat. I think we just get ourselves another builder, because we're going to be focusing on growing this city. So let's move up this way so we can get these online. That growth will come in handy. Unfortunately, I can't buy a spearman. I might be able to snipe this barb camp and get some money out of the kill. See what we can do. Fishboat online. That's half a housing and +1 food for the city, allowing it to continue to grow. There's mining. We're going to go ahead and do this, half a housing, plus 1 food. I'm going to go ahead and buy the grassland hill. We're definitely going to prioritize the grassland hill and move a builder over there to get that grassland hill going. That plus 1 production is going to be huge. We definitely need to get celestial navigation. It's literally the most important thing that we rush this game. We also want to be trading with India, so early traders are going to be useful. We need to get that gold. Gold is going to be a really important part of our strategy this game. And then just hoping we don't get killed. What a strange start. I'm wondering how we pull this back. The double builder opener, right? There's a mining tile, so there's craftsmanship boosted. We now have a good production tile. We'll want another one eventually, so we'll have to be using gold to get that. I'm going to unlock this tile because we want this, and then we'll probably do something like another mine, another fishing boat, and then if we could get that plantation, it would be amazing, but that'll be a while for irrigation. It would be nice to get writing early, but I think just going straight... Oh, Mount Roraima, hello. Going straight... Astrology boosted, which is perfect. I think going straight for Harbour feels like a good play, although... Maybe we should go for writing because it does lead to irrigation. And we want that early science. Right. Well, we still want to stay on God King because we want to get our Pantheon. We also really want to get a trader so we can trade with the other players. Let's grab craftsmanship, see what we can do. I mean, we're just super dead. If anyone attacks us, there's nothing we can do here. This is just too weak of a start. Well, it's an interesting start, right? Like, there's some intrigue going on here. You know what I mean? Like, we need a monument. We want a trader, for sure. We definitely want this T tile. We definitely want this hill tile. So what if we were to go... I mean, we could get another settler. Let's see, if I were to settle here, what would I do with this city? Well, it would definitely be like a harbor. We could do like a wacky campus, industrial zone. We need to think about our golf course too. So probably like a golf course here and a golf course here for each of these cities. We may kill Kumasi. Kumasi is a pretty good one to have though. We might try to fight for Kumasi's, heart. In fact, I might put a Mani into Kumasi with my first governor title. I think the thing to do is to get this city up, because we're going to go into a dark age, so getting that second city up I think will help a lot to get this going. There's the fishing boat. Let's buy this tile. This will eventually be a golf club, but for now, city up I think will help a lot to get this going. There's the fishing boat. Let's buy this tile. This will eventually be a golf club, but for now it'll be a mine. This is such a grim and terrible start location. There's pottery. We do need the granary in the city to actually grow, but we need to get these 2 districts down too. I don't know when I'm going to build my government district. That's just going to have to happen at some point. Right, there's the mines. We have two production tiles. That's going to getting the city going a little bit. You'll hang around just waiting for that T to open up. Okay, there's craftsmanship. We don't want to change anything. We're happy with how we are. Hoping for fishboat Pantheon. That would really help out my capital. We are going to go for early Empire, I think. Yeah, early Empire is the move, I think. And the reason that early Empire is the move... Scheisse, I forgot to do maritime industries. It's okay. Anything that gets pillaged, we can fix. We have a builder sitting around, so it'll hurt us in the short term. Ooh, he has a galley helping. Oh, okay, the thing didn't help. Plus 1 production from fishing boats, so we will benefit from that. Like, the timing on this enemy galley appearing is just actually just amazing. Truly, truly, truly amazing. At least this galley is helping. I'm glad for the assistance. We've unlocked writing. Let's immediately come into the capital. We're going to place the campus. We're going to quickly grab ourselves a couple galleys. These guys are... This settler's going to make his way down here. This is the only place I can think of to get a city down early. And getting cities down earlier is like an important play. Even if you're in really bad land, like whatever city you can squeak out, it's just very useful. Right, repair the fishing boat. I think we'll say, hey, Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 6. What do we have in store today? I have absolutely no idea, but I know that we're going to be playing on deity difficult. Really interesting for a start location. Wow, that is just thumbnail worthy right there. This start location, whatever this is, that is a thumbnail right there. I think I'm going to try to play this out. I think I have a couple of ideas of how I could maybe make... I don't know if I'd say make this work, but there's something we could pull together here. So we're going to be playing as Robert the Bruce, which means we want to be doing something in the direction of great scientists, great engineers, and amenities. We also have the golf course, right? Gives us plus 2 amenities. Very important that we get those plus 2 amenities because happy cities give you extra science and extra production. You also get plus 1 culture if it's adjacent to a city center, and plus 1 culture if it's adjacent to an entertainment complex. It does give you tourism, but that's not the most important thing. You get 1 per city. This is just 2 amenities. That is great. We get the Scottish Enlightenment, right? 5% science and 5% production when they're happy, and that is doubled when you are ecstatic. You get plus 1 great scientist points per campus and plus 1 great engineer point per industrial zone. So I am kind of tempted to settle in place because if we look at this, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fishing tiles in range. How and ever. If I move down a tile, I lose a fishing tile, but I get a little bit closer to a potential like early hill. So moving down a tile seems kind of important because if I move down a tile, right? So if I settle here, I could get like a really good plus 4 harbor, right? Like that could totally happen. However, if I move down a tile, I will live with a plus 3 harbor. I could go for an early mausoleum. Okay, mausoleum in this capital city would be amazing. Then I could theoretically go for a theater square. All right, hear me out. I could definitely go for a campus and an industrial zone, and then that would be a Venetian arsenal right there. Just 100% chance, right? Can you start to see how this is all starting to come together as having a decent amount of potential? I think this is a really interesting capital city that we might be able to make work. This is definitely a challenge start. Now, we could shuffle things around if we wanted to move another turn, but if we moved another turn, we would lose a fishing boat. And I like the idea of keeping the fishing boats. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to move down a tile. I will settle right here. Boosh. There's knowledge of sailing. We do want to delete our pins. We will have a 3 food tile to start with, so we will grow relatively quickly. We're going to immediately go for sailing, and we're going to open with a builder in this particular game because our goal is to get these fishing boats online as fast as possible. Because if we can get double fishing boat, we can get the celestial navigation nice and quickly, and we also need to be able to build galleys to actually defend our coastal water. So huge potential here for a very interesting opener, and we can use our warrior here to scout. A very interesting and a very weird opening. This is going to be like a little mountain valley. I just know it. Okay, well, there is, at the very least, a very strong campus there. And then if we were to settle on the chocolate, there could be, a pretty good harbor here. This is already starting to shape up to be an interesting city in of itself. We have met India. Okay, so a gentle eruption has gone off. So we won't be settling there. Well, we met India, at least. It's kind of an interesting opening move. And he stole a little bit of our thunder. And we met Kumasi, too. We were the first to meet Kumasi, so we do get that little bit of culture. And now we're working that nice fishing tile, which is good. This city has no production, which is fine. We're going to go sailing into mining, in the hope that we can get like a grassland mine online. This is going to be a single city start here, I think, for quite a while, that we will have to play without any extra stuff. So there's Code of Laws. I'm going to plug in God King because I would like Fishboat Pantheon. I'm going to plug in Discipline so I can fight barbs more effectively, and I'll keep exploring. There is a kind of crappy city here. I don't know if that's what I want to do. We're going to go for foreign trade because we want maritime industries to be able to build boats faster. There's sailing, so we can build fishing boats now. Oh, what a weird and wonderful start location. I kind of started to love these kind of start locations where you just get crammed into a really awkward situation and then you got to try and make it work. Okay, so the builder has popped. I'm going to buy this fishing boat. I think we just get ourselves another builder, because we're going to be focusing on growing this city. So let's move up this way so we can get these online. That growth will come in handy. Unfortunately, I can't buy a spearman. I might be able to snipe this barb camp and get some money out of the kill. See what we can do. Fishboat online. That's half a housing and +1 food for the city, allowing it to continue to grow. There's mining. We're going to go ahead and do this, half a housing, +1 food. I'm going to go ahead and buy the grassland hill. We're definitely going to prioritize the grassland hill and move a builder over there to get that grassland hill going. That +1 production is going to be huge. We definitely need to get celestial navigation. It's literally the most important thing that we rush this game. We also want to be trading with India, so early traders are going to be useful. We need to get that gold. Gold is going to be a really important part of our strategy this game. And then just hoping we don't get killed. What a strange start. I'm wondering how we pull this back. The double builder opener, right? There's a mining tile, so there's craftsmanship boosted. We now have a good production tile. We'll want another one eventually, so we'll have to be using gold to get that. I'm going to unlock this tile because we want this, and then we'll probably do something like another mine, another fishing boat, and then if we could get that plantation, it would be amazing, but that'll be a while for irrigation. It would be nice to get writing early, but I think just going straight... Oh, Mount Roraima, hello. Going straight... Astrology boosted, which is perfect. I think going straight for Harbour feels like a good play, although maybe we should go for writing because it does lead to irrigation, and we want that early science. Right. Well, we still want to stay on God King because we want to get our Pantheon. We also really want to get a trader so we can trade with the other players. Let's grab craftsmanship, see what we can do. I mean, we're just super dead. If anyone attacks us, there's nothing we can do here. This is just too weak of a start. Well, it's an interesting start, right? Like, there's some intrigue going on here. You know what I mean? Like, we need a monument. We want a trader, for sure. We definitely want this T tile. We definitely want this hill tile. So what if we were to go... I mean, we could get another settler. Let's see. If I were to settle here, what would I do with this city? Well, it would definitely be like a harbor. We could do like a wacky campus, industrial zone. We need to think about our golf course, too. So probably like a golf course here and a golf course here for each of these cities. We may kill Kumasi. Kumasi is a pretty good one to have, though. We might try to fight for Kumasi's, heart. In fact, I might put a Mani into Kumasi with my first governor title. I think the thing to do is to get this city up, because we're going to go into a dark age, so getting that second city up, I think, will help a lot to get this going. There's the fishing boat. Let's buy this tile. This will eventually be a golf club, but for now, it'll be a mine. This is such a grim and terrible start location. There's pottery. We do need the granary in the city to actually grow, but we need to get these two districts down too. I don't know when I'm going to build my government district. That's just going to have to happen at some point. Right, there's the mines. We have two production tiles. That's kind of getting the city going a little bit. And you'll hang around just waiting for that T to open up. Okay, there's craftsmanship. We don't want to change anything. We're happy with how we are. Hoping for Fishboat Pantheon. That would really help out my capital. We are going to go for early Empire, I think. Yeah, early Empire is the move, I think. And the reason that early Empire is the move, Scheisse, I forgot to do maritime industries. It's okay. Anything that gets pillaged, we can fix. We have a builder sitting around, so it'll hurt us in the short term. Ooh, he has a galley helping. Okay, the thing didn't help. +1 production from fishing boats, so we will benefit from that. Like, the timing on this enemy galley appearing is just amazing. Truly, truly, truly amazing. At least this galley's helping. I'm glad for the assistance. We've unlocked writing. Let's immediately come into the capital. We're going to place the campus. We're going to quickly grab ourselves a couple of galleys. These guys are... This settler's going to make his way down here. This is the only place I can think of to get a city down early. And getting cities down earlier is like an important play. Even if you're in really bad land, like whatever city you can squeak out is just very useful. Right, repair the fishing boat. I think we'll say prioritize production right now. That's going to be important because we're at our housing cap. Get back into the city. The galley will pop out next turn, so he'll be able to fight off that barb. We want to build 2 galleys to get a boost. I would have liked to have waited until the next era to build a galley to get the era score for that in the next era, but that just wasn't going to happen in this this current situation. Just is what it is. Well, let's keep on hammering. So you might be wondering, like, oh, Potato, like, surely you have a plan to get out of this situation. Like, it's a little bit tough, but I'm sure Potato has a plan. There's no plan. My move here is to just scramble and like eke out an existence on the margins of society. That is our plan, right? There's shipbuilding. There's founding a city right here. So at least we have a second city. Let's get the granary going. This city will need assistance. Honestly, I think the monument first. Even though this city really needs a granary, the monument first is important. Let's get our monument for the culture. We have our second galley. Free inquiry. We're definitely going to go for free inquiry for the era score every time we trigger a Eureka, and the era score for building a building that has science as a base yield. That's something that we would like to do this game. Pyramids and great baths have been built. The city does need amenities. We will have to find amenities. The T will be able to be gotten online in a couple turns. I'm actually going to go and preemptively buy the T tile. It is the T tile that will save me here. Ooh, okay. Possible city that may not be useless. It's a real winner of a city. Makes use of the water. We have a shockingly terrible empire planned. Oh, it's so bad, dude. We don't even have, it's turned 48. We have 2 cities and no governor titles. Oh, God, we're getting our first plantation online. At least that'll be a gold tile, and that will allow us to grow a bit. I think in terms of prioritization, I think working these 2 tiles is important. This tile should definitely be locked. The +1 science from this is nice. Let's take astrology and celestial navigation and then shipbuilding because we want to be able to embark. And we also want to get our harbors up. Something we should actually totally prioritize, though, is animal husbandry so we can actually place down the campus in the second city, and then we'll repeat that tech path. So we're definitely going to be playing top half of the tech tree here in this game, which has some interesting merits and options for like mid to late game aircraft and navy invasions. That's something you should always keep in mind in this sort of game. I don't want to go too far from my capital city, but I do want to explore pretty proactively. We're about to get early empire. Probably should have waited to boost it, but it's important enough that we get this governor title that I was willing to hard research it. We would have gotten it in 2 turns, but we got it 1 turn sooner doing it this way. So we can go into urban planning now. We can take out maritime industry and plug in discipline, which means our galleys should have an easier time holding off any potential stuff. Now, what I really want to explore, I also need to keep my galleys relatively close to home to protect my naval infrastructure until I'm able to get more galleys. In terms of governor, there's a few good choices here. I could go Reina for harbour master tax collector. I think Pingala is my main way out of this massive deficit that I'm having. Like, I don't even have a place for my government plaza, which is really bad. So I think the early Pingala will really help us here with the scaling. We're going to go for state workforce, and then we're immediately going to go for the campus to try to boost state workforce to get that a little bit sooner. Then we'll go for political philosophy so we can get the classical republic nice and quick to get those amenities going. Classical republic gives you +1 housing and +1 amenity in cities with a district and 15% great person points, which will help us towards our science and great admiral stuff. Obviously, this is not an ideal situation, but it is the situation that we're in, and that is just part of Civ. Sometimes you gotta live with what happens. So what's going on here? Okay, you're getting shot by something, but I can't tell what it is. Interesting. We have met Sunday at Taquita, which is nice. We're finding other players, but what's really just happening is we're discovering how boxed in we really are, which has its own variety of terror. I would actually really like to make sure I secure this chocolate tile, so I will. I'm going to go ahead and place the campus in this city. We have to get the city to 4 population, so that'll be a process, right, over time. We have some milestones we'd like to hit before we do that. Mainly, I need to get builders out of my capital. Let's go ahead and fall you back through this choke point a little. You move back to the left to protect. God, it would be so tempting, but I don't think I should. I don't think I should try to steal India's settler, not in the particular position that I'm in. He wants open borders, but he'll pay me for them, so I'm going to take those open borders. I'm okay with that. We're definitely not going for a tourism game. I definitely want to know a little bit more about my local area and see what we can do to pull out. I don't even know if I'm looking for a win here. I'm just trying to pull out like any sort of marginal successful existence. So their state workforce is maybe the government plaza more important than a theatre square. I think so, even though the culture would be really nice and it's a really well placed culture district. Maybe I'll put my government plaza here speculatively so that when we get to 7 pop we can do that. We should really build the library because +2 science right now is insane. So let me list off all the things that I need to get. I need to get a builder for the city of Dumfries because it's got a cocoa resource here that we need to improve. I need to get another 2 build charges for the fishing tiles in here. I need to get a trader. I also need to build a library. I need to build my government plaza. I think the highest return on investment right now is the government plaza, so that's the thing that I'm going to work on. And I'm going to take Connoisseur and Pingala to get +1 culture per turn in the city, which now that the city is going to scale off population, we need to also get the granary in here so that we can build the harbour, right? So there's a lot of things that need to be done in the city of Stirling. I think that one of the most important ones is getting the government plaza, then a builder. So let me just cue up everything that I want, okay? So you can kind of see the prioritization I have to do. I want a government plaza, I want a builder, I want a trader. In fact, I probably want 2 builders because another one after the settle seems like the right move. So in terms of return on investment, I think the government plaza into settler, into builder, granary, trader, library. The government plaza gets me a governor title for Pingala, which will get me extra science. The settler will get the city up and running early. I could probably delay the settler. Maybe I should go library second to get that science going. Maybe this is a better pattern. Yeah, maybe. And then I also need to get the harbour that I haven't even unlocked yet. I don't even have the ability to place that yet. There's so much that I need to do, man. I got to do it all. And I don't got the production for it. I don't got any production. Okay, we could live on the margins of society. Like if we settle here, okay, hear me out, let them cook, right? Harbour, campus, right? Little marginal island. We're eking out an existence on the edge of, marginal terrain. We're going to need to think about more galleys, I think, soon. That's going to be important. I will put an industrial zone here, maybe. I don't know. We'll kind of leave things planned as they are right now. I don't know. Alrighty. Government plaza completed in Stirling, which means we can upgrade Pingala with researcher, getting us the extra +1 science per turn for population in the city, which is a +5 base science boost, bringing us up to a much healthier 15 and 13 science and culture, respectively. We're going to get the library up. At political philosophy, we'll plug in the settler and builder card so that we can get through these a little bit faster. Okay. And then we got to build a building that, makes it easier for us to settle, or rather, we need to build our government plaza buildings. This is just chaos. This game already. It's turn 64, and we're scrambling, which is honestly it's a really awesome place to be. Okay, so there's political philosophy. Let's government unlock. We definitely go classical republic here. It just is the default choice. Boom, very obvious choice. We're going to plug in the settler and builder card. We're also going to plug in charismatic leader so we can start control of the city states, and that is totally fine. We 100% need to make our way towards defensive tactics so we can get the mausoleum. The money that we have is great because I might be able to buy a trader instead of having to hard build it, and I might be able to buy one of my builders. We'll just see how the production goes. But my gold needs to be preserved, basically, is what I'm saying. So I think India might be sending Varus towards me, and if he hits me with Varus, I'm just dead, dude. I'm just actually dead, and we'll just reroll at that point. Now, here's the interesting thing: is the city can actually help out with some of this. Like, I could build a builder in here, which would take some of the pressure of one of these builders off my capital. In fact, I could build 2 builders in here, and that would take the pressure off my capital in a big way. We'll slow down the development of Dumfries in particular, getting our harbour placed. But I'm okay with that because I would be getting these really good fishing tiles and this cocoa online. So again, that's something I'm willing to live with. Also, the really horrible thing is I have absolutely no plans for entertainment districts, which is a huge thing when you're playing Scotland. And we have no plans for it because our land is just horrendous. Okay, we are hanging out, doing the thing, hanging out with the wanging out. We're up to 6 population in the capital, which is very, very nice in terms of population. We do have an excess of food, and we also are suffering a food penalty. So I think we might actually work the library specialty slot, because I think the science might be worth more. It might be one of the rare times that working that scientist specialist slot is actually worth it. So yeah, we're going to work this, because do I want +1 production or do I want +2 science? 2.3 science. Like, that's the thing. I think I want the 2.3 science while we're building the settler, because it doesn't speed the settler up, but it does get me like a pretty significant science boost in the short term. We need to get to universities. We need to get to apprenticeship. We need to get to shipyards. So let's have a look at some of the bottom of the tech tree stuff. Watermills aren't going to be super useful for me this game. Not important. Nor is a lot of this bottom of the tech tree stuff. Lumber mills aren't going to be useful. Currency could be useful, as could mathematics. I definitely think apprenticeship is like key. So I think archery, horseback riding, currency into apprenticeship. That's our next goal, because we want that +1 production from mines. It just makes these 2 tiles better. And generally we'll make these volcano tiles better. Well, desert tiles better when we get around to actually building them. What a marginal, horrendous start, by the way. So this is the entertainment complex. Normally we'd like to go for the Colosseum as Scotland, but we're just in such a weird, chaotic location. It's not an option. We would like to be Suzerain of Kumasi because of the trade route potential. A lot of my turns right now are just hitting enter. Nothing very interesting is happening, honestly. I suppose the only small comfort I have is that on a small continents map, the AI struggles a bit sometimes. So that might give me a chance. Let's get this city out. We want to get this city out as well. And we may as well get that settler out before we try to grow the city. And then we should stop working this, because growth is now useful again. We could also buy the granary. I think we'd be better off buying the trader. Let's have a look at the trade screen, what the available routes are. So like for gold, we could get 6 gold from that, or we could get 3 food, 2 production in this brand new city. So I think I'm going to buy a trader in the brand new city to get it kickstarted. I think that's a reasonable play. I'm also going to chop this cocoa before I oh god, I don't even have cocoa chop, do I? No, I don't have bronze working. So let's go bronze working into currency. I'll redirect this builder to the crabs. It's going to be another dark age. Hey, listen, we were born. I didn't see light until I was nearly a man. I was born in the darkness. You merely adopted the dark age. Okay, so with our 3rd city down on a new continent, apparently, with an incredibly chaotic, evil start, I bid you adieu. Let's go ahead and place that harbour. That's a +5 harbour right there. I reckon we want the granary and monument first, then the harbour to get the city going. But yeah, I'm going to call this the end of the first episode. What a strange and wonderful world that we live in, that this type of game is even possible. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey, Spuddies, Potato Whiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Scotland in the weirdest start that I've had in a very long time. We're working on our 4th city here. We're hoping to get this city up and running in the near future. We're currently behind both on culture and science, but we're not that far behind. It feels salvageable, and we're very much so in the process of getting our empire up and running. So let's go ahead and drop a fishing boat right there, because a fishing boat tile, 3 food, 1 production, 1 gold is really, really nice. So some key text that we want to get this game is, if we look at fishing boats, we're going to want to get cartography, plastics, and colonialism. So cartography is pretty early. It's over here, and it requires 2 harbors to boost. So we definitely want to head towards cartography. Plastics is quite a bit later, and perhaps a little bit less important, but that +1 food to fishing boats. More important is colonialism, which is coming in the industrial era over here, which will give that +1 production boost to our fishing boats. Liang is also going to be pretty important for some of our cities, so we've just got kind of a lot to do on a lot of these cities. I may make this a Liang city down here, or Aberdeen, probably whatever city this ends up being. There's bronze working. We now have access to iron, as well as the ability to chop rainforests. We did find iron on this tile, which is great, because that's +1 science there, which is fantastic. +1 science, I'll take it. I'm going to go fog bust this island, and it would be good if we could get our hands on a couple more galleys in the next few turns. It would be great if we could build like a round of galleys in all our cities or something. There's defensive tactics. We have access to the mausoleum. We are probably going to pop out the... See, 1 turn until the settler is completed, so I think I can pop out the settler card because we have no more use for it, and then we can pop in maritime industries to maybe get a couple galleys out real quick. Like a galley and a quad in the capital after the granary, or maybe before. Maybe right now. We need the granary right now. Maybe I could purchase the granary. That would actually help out the capital quite a bit if I purchase the granary. Yeah. So we'll go the quad galley, and I would like to do quad galley, or maybe just galley in Dumfries. Maybe I'll do quad. And the idea here is, by pre-building a small military at 100% production efficiency, we set ourselves up for some military potential later in the game. So like getting an extra, and it also protects our naval infrastructure. So it's kind of, it all fits together. It allows us to explore. I could promote Pingala with grants to get me extra great people point generation. I think I would much prefer to either get a Mani to get control of Kumasi, which I think is the play. I'm going to go for control of Kumasi. And I also need to buy a trade route in the city. That was part of the plan, but the plan went awry. So I'm going to trade in some of my diplomatic favor to get us closer to that trader, 230 gold. That will be what we do. We're going to chop here to get that granary slightly faster. And yeah, that's the play. In terms of culture, we did just get defensive tactics. I'm going to pick up mysticism for envoys, military tradition for support bonuses, and military training for the envoy, as well as the veterancy card that will allow us to build harbors faster. 30% production towards harbors is huge, and we are about to be ready to build our harbors. Okay, we found a barb camp. We can hire a galley from here, which I will do, because that just adds more. It gives me a bigger military, is part of the appeal here. And having a larger military makes the AI less likely to declare war on you. I'm going to take suzerainty of Kumasi, rather, and we're going to send this settler out to this little island that we have that we want to get control of. Would have loved to have settled this, but it looks like the barb camp is going to go through, which is fine. I'm totally okay with that. So the world enters into the medieval era, and we're entering into a normal age, which feels really nice. I have a builder. I might build on the wheat. Let me have a little think about this. It could be good if we got an entertainment complex here, because this would hit quite a few cities, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It wouldn't hit the city down here, but it would hit 3. So this might be the play that we go for. So I think harvesting this wheat could be good to force a 4-pop and then be able to drop the harbor. Let's continue to go for free inquiry. The extra science is useful. We could kill this quad. We'll attack once and then heal next turn. We'll continue to explore. Refuse your deal. Get the hell out of my face. I would like units of the melee promotion. Yeah, I don't really care about the outcomes of these, so I'm just going to let them go as they are. Melee and unmet player, we did just get currency. We have met Samarkand, which is fantastic. That is a trading city-state, which is really useful. That's +2 gold in every market or lighthouse, and we will be having a lot of lighthouses. I'm actually going to switch Amani over to Samarkand so that we can get suzerainty of them in a few turns. Let's make apprenticeship our goal here. We need +1 mine to make that work. Do I want to harvest here? It's 48 food. We could potentially force a growth here. I think we could force the growth by harvesting, so we will. Boom. There's the 4-pop, which will allow us to place the harbor because you need to get a 4-pop to place your second district. And we're harvesting from a tile that isn't that good anyway. And we'll harvest and improve this. We will want more builders. It will be part of the plan. A little bit scared of this barbarian sea ghost galley. We'll figure out what he's doing. Potential land up here. It looks like it might be occupied by someone. Okay, military training will give us flanking and support combat bonuses. You're going to take the Embelon promotion, so you're better against boats. Continuing to explore to the north. Oh, excellent. We met Alexander. Love to sample your hospitality. Awesome. Let's chop and quickly grab ourselves another builder. I might research something before apprenticeship, like go for mathematics and then apprenticeship, because I don't plan to build 3 different specialty districts. I guess technically if I got my harbor up, that would work, but that would require me to get the 7 population in here, which isn't happening yet. Let's take off this focus. Let's focus on growth a little so that we can get to the population, because growth actually pays off quite well in a Pingala city, is the thing. I'll send one of my galleys to the south to explore. Now, one of the big things we're looking for is potential land to snag in the mid-game via settling. So it would be great if we could find that. Also, finding city-states is amazing. It'll help us scale our empire. There's the plantation. It's another luxury unlocked. I'm surprised I haven't found any, and I mean any coastal luxuries in a very water-based map. I've been particularly unlucky. I'm going to plant a quadrireme in Aberdeen. Do I want another quadrireme? I did buy a galley and I built a galley, so maybe I'd be better off going for something else. I don't want to get my throne card yet. It doesn't seem worth it. Maybe we should hard build. Well, I guess we build builders faster. We quickly squeeze out a builder here. There are some tiles. And if I'm squeezing out a builder of the capital, maybe I don't need it there. I can definitely sell off this iron and get a little bit of cash out of it, a little bit more diplomatic favor. And then I'm one turn away from buying a trader to help these cities out. Candy's being murdered, which I don't feel so good about, but again, I don't feel so bad about it because I don't have any holy sites. Candy has been defeated. We have met the Gauls, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and plop down a settler. Let's get a harbor. We're going to place the harbor, but we're going to open with the monument in the granary first because we want to grow the city first. We've explored a bit. I think we'll keep a galley around here to protect the city. We've got a quad drive in Aberdeen. I'm feeling a little bit defended. I'd like to have 2 boats kind of defending my naval infrastructure at all times while I explore as well. Exploration is an important move. There is a snow island up here that we would like to settle. And really what I'm looking for is there enough land in the map for me to justify going for the settler building? That's the real key thing. We don't really have the faith to care about Valletta. I think we just hold on to our envoys. No reason to spend them right now. In Aberdeen, I'm going to go ahead and purchase a trader so that we can send these trade routes internally to help develop this. Not exactly sure what kind of internal trade route we're going to do, but it will be something along those lines. Okay, there's military policy, head down this way. So much potential here on this map. We will go for feudalism. We do want those builders. And in fact, I'm going to cancel builder in here and instead work on the harbor. I'm going to plug in veterancy to build those harbors faster. So that'll take, I can update this. It'll take 17 turns. That's 5 turns off that. That's amazing. We'll cancel these builders. 8 turns for the city to grow. You know, finishing 1 extra builder to get an extra mine to boost things and get some of these cities up and running seems fine. So we could take a 2 production trade route. We could take a 12 gold trade route. I like the 2 production plus 3 food would seriously boost the city's capabilities and get us to the harbor faster, 14 turns on that harbor. So I think that development is actually quite good. There are settleable cities up here to the north, which is going to bias me in a certain direction. Right, you come up here, you place that mine, because while they're not the most amazing cities, these are very settleable, which I think biases me towards Ancestral Hall to go for settler cards. And we're not too far away from cartography. We're literally 4 techs away. 2 techs away if you can't butcher some cartography. So yeah. Well, do I go education first? I feel like I go education first. Well, apprenticeship into mathematics, into education. Well, maybe apprenticeship. Yeah, apprenticeship, mathematics, education. We'll get these universities up, then we'll go buttress into cartography. I think that's a more efficient science route. We're going to drop a mine right here to boost apprenticeship. No other reason. It's not really a whole bunch of land. Oh yeah, and there's possible potential land down here that we could settle. We found Mohenjo-Daro. Good 1 drop of an envoy to get that 1 culture per turn. We need to think about where our Diplo quarter is going. There's definitely a city up here, and I feel like it's like there's a city here. We get the harbor right there. 1, 2, 3. If I go into this mode, I hold down control, get all those resources that I bring in. You know, +1 science. We could go like, you know, entertainment complex, golf course. The thing produces a lot of stuff. Maybe something to this effect. This would be like a pretty okay city in a lot of respects after a lot of development time. Have a lot of amenities, have a lot of positives. I like the city. Want to know more about over here in particular. Let's go get these crabs online and the fish online. I got a 2-charge builder I can send. We're working on Ancestral Hall. Oh yeah, get exploring. Scientifically, we're definitely in a bad spot, but we have a lot of potential is the thing. A lot of potential to kind of come back. Annoyingly, there is an Indian settler out here, so we'll just have to live with if they do that. But I still think there's enough land here to justify an Ancestral Hall and a few extra settlers being pumped out. But I'd love to get control of this island. It's a really nice little island. It's like really well situated. Even if I take these away, this is just fine. All right, +1 era score from apprenticeship, +1 production on our mines is fantastic. I'm going to chase down the settler to see where they go. I'm going to see if I can get open borders with our good friend the Gauls. Thank you. See if we can head down this. Let's go ahead, place a fishing boat right there. That's going to be a nice boost for that city. We'll probably buy another fishing boat because we want to do it as well. We got 7 population in the capital, so there's Diplo quarters as well as the ability to place the harbor in here. The harbor will be a priority after the Ancestral Hall. We want to get that finished. Then we go harbor into Mausoleum. I think that's just a natural play here. One thing I should be doing is buying luxuries for the really cheap amount of resources that they cost, because the sheer other bonuses we get from having high amenities is sick. I think it's a 30% bonus to production. Something I should have been doing before that I wasn't doing. Oops. We're getting fantastic scouting information at the very least. Drop a fishing boat right there. That's awesome. We met Zanzibar, who is a fantastic ally, and I will make allies because that's even more luxuries and more map information too. Like there's land down here we can colonize. Oh yeah, we got room potential for settlers here. So I think there will be a mass wave of settling that'll come. So I might start moving my ships back to escort this. It'll probably come after harbors and trade routes. I want to take Magnus here. I'm going to go for Liang, and I'm going to place Liang in the city of Dundee because that's where she belongs when she gets her fishery bonus. And I'm actually going to take out veterancy and just go colonization because a wave of settlers right now, I think, is the most effective thing I could do at my time. With the exception of Dumfries. Dumfries will go for the harbour and my capital will get 2 settlers. Let's see if we can make that out because we can like double the size of our empire doing this. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm starting to see other players like get settlers out, which means they're probably considering doing basically the thing that I'm doing. And so I think it's better to get those settlers out sooner rather than later. Okay, so for sure a city over here feels pretty comfy to me. There's a nice freshwater city here with a bad harbour, but it has good terrain. So I'll take it. It's +2, 1, and then 1, 2, 3. We can get another. Depends on how much we care about the coastal resources. Because if I could settle here, I get more land. But if I settle here, I get more coastal resources. I think I'll settle here for the coastal resources. It just seems a little bit better to me in my current build. And it'll look something like that. So we got 3 cities to the north at the least to take control of this like ocean bay area. Plus, when era score for getting feudalism, we're definitely going to plug in serfdom. Extra builders are going to be important. I'm going to be spamming out builders here soon. So feudalism, I think we go merchant republic here. Having 2 caravels might be a vibe. Let's make sure we get the governor title there too. Medieval affairs, we want that governor title so that we can promote Liang and get those builders really popping off in there. First settler is done. So I think the trick is to get them into the water with the galley and have the galley escort them to the north. We met Lady Six Guy. It is an honor to meet you. We would love to sample your hospitality. Oh, we found Antananarivo. It's brilliant that we're finding all these city-states. Like the exploration part of this game is actually so important because it gives me so many options. Having options for like developing your empire with regards to city-states is one of the most important things you can do. So there's something blocking us from going this way, but I'm going to go this way anyway. I'll manually do it all. You want to buy my iron? I'm happy to sell my iron actually. I don't really have a use for it. Oh great, we found Venice and Hunza. There's a ton of land down here that we could grab as well. But I think I'm going to grab north first because there's 3 cities up here. It secures a pretty nice like control of this landmass. +3 era score from a harbour. I think that was the one in Dumfries. I'm going to quickly pop out the rest of that builder, then get the lighthouse in here. That's a +4 gold lighthouse. Now remember, lighthouses give you +1 food on all coastal tiles for the city, and +2 housing if the city's adjacent to coast. So that'll be 3 housing in this city, which the city's at its housing cap. I'm going to get the builder first because I have tiles to improve, 2 fishing tiles, and then a few fishing tiles down here in Dundee. Okay, Dundee is getting its monument finished, so it's time to go for the harbour. We do not have the harbour card plugged in, but it would take too long to build a settler here. We've got 2 more settlers cracking out in the near future, and this settler has started to make his way over to here. Now I may have to
I recently created DLC for chess, and it added a ton of pieces to the game, but today we will create only 3 of those. So the first one is going to be the stag, which moves in the L shape just like a knight, except that this L isn't 2x1, but 4x2. This piece works basically only for long distances, unlike the next piece, which moves like a bishop and a knight combined. Its name is the Archbishop, and it's actually a well-balanced piece this time. Alright, the third piece is going to be quite complicated. Its name is the Rose, and here's how it moves. So the Rose moves by making a circle in every direction, and this circle is actually made from knight movements. Now if you want to see more DLC pieces, tap here. I recently created DLC for chess.
So the bugs absolutely ripped our base apart last time. Bots that are on our side. Oh no, those are menacing. Go away, all of you. Ah! But now we know what's going to happen, so we can prepare for it better. Just need to make sure we get our production up and running with more than a few wax factories, putting our research base in, like so. And then we also have the real estate set up to put in some kindergartens to get some more bees with us. And now that our research place is complete, we can get some defenses with us, like spears. There we go. The first kindergarten is complete, and we can get more bees. The first wave isn't too intense, so let's get some more worker bees to increase our production even more. We can devote the second one to soldier bees just to increase our numbers a little bit. It also seems like they've changed up the animation for this facility a bit. Look, there's a little baby bee drinking out of a bottle. Aw, it's so cute. And if it gets to be a big bee, and there's another one over here is gonna be a little soldier, complete with a nose ring. And then once the spears are done researching, we quickly make the honey factory because we need more bees. Like I said, this first wave shouldn't be too intense. Our 5 soldier bees should be able to handle it just fine. And here it comes. From which side? The volcano this time? Nope, coming from way over here. Yeah, it's just one little wasp. We got this. Yeah, this single wasp doesn't stand a chance against 5 bees. So now we have 9 minutes to really boost everything that we have. And thankfully, we have the honey factory available to us. So we'll get some real estate for that. So once we have these in, we can also start to research the hibaches. However you say it, I really don't know. And I'm really glad these early buildings build so quickly. So we can get to the honey production right away. There we go. The hibaches are available to us. I'm just gonna say it differently every time. How about that? And with these empty pockets of stuff, we can put one in. Probably get a few more places for them to go. And then start dedicating some research more so to the military. Because that seems to me where we fell through last time is our defenses weren't good enough, fast enough. So we're gonna change that. And then we get the ballistas ready for us. And I'm thinking about do for these 2 kindergartens is dedicate this one entirely to soldier production. And then this one to everybody else. There we go. First watch is going up. Good. And then the second one should follow closely behind. Right over here. And then once we have the ballistas available to us, we have a nice little footprint available to them right here. Now we'll unlock some composite bowstring and fight through the second wave with our new watches. That should take out these 3 wasps pretty quickly. That's one. Soldiers are fighting another one. Okay, no, the range isn't too great yet, so we're just gonna manually control this and get that done and dealt with. There, now the research is complete. We can advance to the new era to immediately unlock the hardened wax factory. But before we do that, we're gonna prioritize these other structures that we want to build so we can get the good defenses extremely fast because they have dragonflies now. If we can beat them to the rockets and the explodey stuff, then I think we'll be in good hands. Even though bees really don't have hands, they're just legs and fuzz. There we go. Now we have a footprint available for the ballista and a second ballista, and the first ballista is going up. All right, we should have good defenses against the dragonflies now since they're gonna be here in 10 seconds, and we're researching the hardened wax factory, which is good. It is gonna take a little bit, but once this pesky little dragonfly is taken care of, which apparently one ballista bolt is not enough. I didn't realize that, but oh wow, 2 still don't do the job. I'll fire these things pretty early on. I severely underestimated that, but that's okay because the Hwacha bolts take it out, and we win. That's another 9 minutes we have to prepare for things. But now that that's done, we can start to research anti-aircraft guns with the hardened wax. So yes, actually wait, cancel that. I want to give our soldiers better speed since they have so many to their numbers. Actually looks like we're also starting to fill up on our pollen stores with all the workers that we have, which is 32. Nice, as well as probably the nectar too. Let's have that set up down by the honey factories. Pollen stores maximized a little bit more to accommodate 720 pollen. And we can do the same thing to the nectar right as the enemies show up, which actually gives us a good chance to sound the alarm and call our workers back to keep them safe. Oh, ballista bolts are already firing. I love seeing the wasps just get sniped like that. And the dragonflies are coming in. Oh, so many soldiers are going to attack it, but they're also just kind of drifting past it. That's okay, dragonflies down. And the bees just follow the wasp into the water. That is some aggressive soldier bees. I like it. That's not even all of them. Oh, and they're all attacking the dragonfly too. Ha! Goop doesn't get sprayed very long, but we probably lose one tile. Yeah, that's fine. We can repurpose this one and also give our soldiers some better armor. Now we also need to plan out where that barracks is going to go. I had it over here last time, but I wonder if there's a better spot for it based off of what I already have. We can actually build off of the pollen stores right here pretty effectively. And this is when we start to see the ladybugs. You know, why don't we actually just have the barracks close to the hardened wax so our bees have less room to travel? This should be a good spot for the barracks. And we only lost one soldier bee there. At least I think so. Oh no, bees died. That's even better. And is the alarm still sounded? Yes. So I need to make sure to turn that off. And wow, they just spread out. That's kind of cool to see. And now we have the footprint set up for our barracks. Might as well get that started. We'll need to research the ambrosia soon too, which we can do as soon as the soldiers get some hay bales on their heads, because the starter bees seem to get it, but none of them do until the research is done. Thankfully, they all look very fashionable with them on. All right, ambrosia gonna get researched, and those have the same footprint as the kindergarten, so we can set up a few spots for that in range of our nectar production, since it uses that to be made. And thankfully, we have enough honey stored up to fund the research, even though that takes 40 seconds. We have some wax built up in reserve right now. Let's go ahead and build some more watches. And look at the pollen stores being filled up too. It's nice to see them not permanently empty. Okay, good, that research is done. So let's go ahead and get the anti-aircraft gun research finally. And now the ambrosia factories get put in here, and the first ladybug wave has arrived. Kinda want to take control of the kavachas this time, although it seems like the wasps are only dedicated to fighting the soldiers right now. Oh, there's a dragonfly. Hi there, goodbye. It's too bad the worker bees don't have any fighting capabilities. They have so many numbers to them as well. Oh, there goes some more nectar swords. That's annoying. Well, the only thing left is ladybug, so let's just, oh, really? Smoke plume right in the way? At least the soldier bees got us under control. Maybe they can knock the ladybug off course. It really doesn't seem like it, but they quickly take it down. Oh, actually they are pushing it back. Nicely done. Just slow him down until he crashes down. Beautiful. Now we will quickly fill in the gaps and get our bees working again. I actually might save on creating more soldier bees so that we can start dedicating that production to the expanded military base, which will get even stronger soldiers. And thankfully the builder bees are building the first ambrosia factory, so now we can dedicate production to this. Do I have honey stores researched? I don't think I do. I just have wax storage to research still. But hey, now we're gonna get anti-aircraft guns, which is amazing. I should probably also have another hardened wax factory somewhere over here. So let's just put that right over here, and then we can put the first anti-aircraft gun right here next to it. Speaking of that, let's research something else, like maybe better storage. But first we have to get the honey production increased speeds. There we go, hardened wax factory number 2 going in. and the anti-aircraft gun could be planned right there, which we actually might have sooner than I think. Let's also get another one planned up over here and over here to cover all sides. Ooh, the military camp is getting built. Very good. Just a few more moments on this, and perfect. We can make better soldiers. Queue these to the end of days, and now we can research wax storage, which should give us the honey storage, I would think anyway. Or maybe that's one of these other things. I honestly don't know. I can also use the agitation since I figured that out last time. All the buttons just disappear when you don't have this menu built up. It's a little annoying, but I'll work with it while I plan another anti-aircraft gun or two, because these builder bees really want the first one to be built, and I don't blame them. I still love this little boot camp animation that plays. It's just so unnecessary, but I love it every time. Like, what is this bee supposed to do? He's just hopping between the hexes like it's actually doing something. Oh, they're so silly. We can actually reduce the honey production cost, which should speed that up, but you know what? Let's increase the soldier production speed. There we go, first anti-aircraft gun. And they don't even have gunpowder yet on their end. We're really ahead of the game here. Look at that, we have our first couple of enhanced soldier bees. Very nice. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. These destroyed honeycombs were gonna be remade as storage. Oh wow, the enemies are here. Wonder what they're gonna do, because I have an anti-aircraft gun now. And I keep forgetting to call in the workers to keep them safe. Thankfully, I don't think they're at too much threat. These wasps still aren't armored. And now the better soldier bees are going in, or they want to, and it is so satisfying to just gun down these wasps with this thing. Go away. Oh, the dragonflies are here, but they go down. Oh my gosh, they go down so fast. Crossbow gets a little bit of damage, but I don't think it's enough to destroy it. Yeah, definitely not. It's not even on fire. But that one is. And the ladybug is soon to meet his end. And that was only wave 6. We're really going quick here. Okay, let's reduce the cost as well. I don't know if this affects the second level of soldiers, but we'll go for it. And now that this kindergarten isn't being used for soldiers, we can go ahead and get some more builders out of this one and a lot more worker bees. Okay, so now this is when they get gunpowder and better armor. Thankfully, we're way ahead of them in that department. And I should probably get to researching ambrosia storage now, because the only storage that's being used right now is the ambrosia factories, which really slows down their production. I also just recognized I still haven't gotten rocket launchers yet. Is that a good idea? Probably, since there's going to be a lot more crowds of enemies soon. Then again, there is the howitzers as well. The best part about this is we still have no bee deaths on record yet, so we're doing really good right now. Although that probably is going to change once the new enemies show up with their armor and everything. I haven't built anything in a while, and that honestly makes me feel like I'm doing something that's keeping me behind. But I'm also just waiting for research to complete. Okay, we're getting ambrosia storage research, which is good. I could probably start to go down into here to increase the durability of buildings so they don't get destroyed as often, which thankfully I haven't lost any major structures except for probably a ballista. So let's actually get to medical center research, because I want this agitation, and we're surprisingly maxed out on wax storage right now. Gonna need more storage in place for that, so let's put it over in this production area since the hardened wax factories use it. We also have ambrosia storage built up. Nice. So we'll put a few of these as wax, and then a few of these as ambrosia, and that should work well for us. Now here come the armored enemies. Oh yeah, come back, workers. And they're still making their attack runs, which is not good. Some of our places are already on fire, but we should have enough builder bees to cover that. But then again, they're not exactly working right now. They're kind of hiding. And these hornets are just a nasty piece of work right here. Thankfully, they go down fairly quickly. And wow, the guns are silent before the ladybug shows up. That means they're doing really good. We can go ahead and let them resume work, because we should be done right after this bomber goes down. And the soldier bees are right on top of that. Oh, they actually missed. No, don't push them towards the base. Keep them away, keep them away. There we go. Nicely done. And those builder bees are just right on top of repairing everything all at once. I get that it makes repairs go quicker, but I honestly kind of wish that they would divvy up the work a little bit, just so more gets repaired. Okay, but now we're also filling up on the wax storage, again, even though I just put down some more. So now we can go ahead and use that wax to research the rocket launcher, because it's got to go somewhere. And so does the hardened wax. So let's get a few more AA guns in here, because you can never have too many AA guns. And that research actually goes very quick, because we had all the resources for it. Now let's use more wax to get the storage research, because we can get the things to level 2, and that'll just give us a whole lot more to work with. Plus we have rocket launchers now to fill in all the weird little pockets, and then honestly at this point replace some of these kavaches. There we go. Storage researched. Very nice. How many soldier bees do I have now, actually? I have 42 soldier bees and 50 workers. Pretty good. We still have some in the queue over here, which is good.